What's up YouTube, this is Dragon and this is another Pokemon Wi-Fi battle. So let's get to the battle at hand. Now this team is a very interesting team because there's not many Pokemon that I really have a fear of, but I'm gonna say the Klefki is the Pokemon that I would have to fear the most because, well, you know, it's kind of like, you know, the variable Pokemon. But, well, at least my opponent sent this Pokemon out now. So there's a few things I can do in this situation. I can either stay in, right, or what I can do, I can just switch right to my Amoonguss right now and prevent myself from, you know, having to deal with a lot of madness. But you know what? You know what though? I think it'll just be better if I just went straight for the Drain Punch anyway. Yeah, so I'm gonna go for the Drain Punch right here, right now, because, you know, this Pokemon, you know, it does have Substitute, and, you know, it T-Waved me, so that's the thing. So hopefully I can just, you know, break through the paralysis, and good, I go for the Drain Punch. That's going to do even a bit more damage. That's good. And now it heals itself with leftovers. So even if it decides to go into a Substitute, which it might, okay, cool, it even went for Swagger, you know, I mean, that's actually kind of bad, but if I do hit it with the Drain Punch, then that is going to finish him off immediately. So Conkeldurr is confused, and I go through the paralysis and the Drain Punch, and that's going to finish off this Pokemon immediately. And I'm going to say that that's a main threat down. That Pokemon could have been a real serious problem. So okay, it's Charizard. So that's a dilemma in and of itself. Now, what I can do, let's see. From here, I can send out my Salamence, because if it's the type that evolves into Mega Charizard Y, then I'm more or less good to go. Because then I can just Mega Evolve and possibly go for the Double Edge. And then, you know, on top of that, if my Pokemon is the Charizard X, then I will be able to Intimidate. So that's the thing as well. So I'm just hoping that my opponent didn't do what, you know, the worst possible. Oh, he goes for the Dragon Dance. So at least it negates any type of gains that he could have gotten. But it kind of forces him to go for the Dragon type attack right here, right now. So I'm gonna do. I know he's gonna like, you know, use Outrage. So I'm going to. Let's see. Will Double Edge do more than Earthquake? Earthquake will do 200. Double Edge will do 120 in Stab. So that's, let's see, 60 is 180. So Earthquake will do more damage. And I also get Aerial 8, so Double Edge will still do a little bit more. I mean, it doesn't, I guess it doesn't necessarily matter, kind of. So I'm gonna go for the Double Edge. And gonna Mega Evolve. So I'm glad that I intimidated my opponent. So that's going to be really beneficial for me. And I know it's probably going to use Outrage. Okay, uses Outrage. So this is most likely going to kill Salamence from this range. And yeah, that's that. So from here, because my opponent is stuck in +0 Outrage, I can go into my Amoonguss and set myself up for a Spore. And this is a very defensive Amoonguss, so I don't have to worry too much about him killing me, unless my opponent decides to want to go for a crit, which he doesn't. So that's good. All right, good stuff, good stuff. Now what I'm going to do, because I'm a bit unsure per se. As a matter of fact, you know what? I have the advantage right here, right now. So I'm gonna go into my Conkeldurr, and then I can heal myself because of the what you call it. I can heal myself because of the regenerate, so that's good. And now I'm gonna try and go for a Stone Edge. Yeah, Stone Edge will be able to do a ton of damage. Maybe I should just go for the Drain Punch. But the Stone Edge would definitely be able to get the kill. Yeah. So I'm gonna go for the Stone Edge. Let's do it. And still fast asleep. Doesn't have the Clawitizer effect. So the Stone Edge connects. And that might be able to KO. Alright, going all the way, baby. Going all the way. We are holding nothing back in this battle. So, who is the next Pokemon? And it is the Breloom. So I had a feeling that my opponent might have chosen this Pokemon, and that's also why I wanted to put myself in a situation in, you know what, I'm paralyzed, so I don't have to worry about being put to sleep. So I'm just gonna go for the Drain Punch right here and right now. And Bullet Seed. Right, so looks like it's Ignition Bullet Seed. And Paralyzed can't move. So yes, I don't have to worry about the Spore because I'm paralyzed. I'm just hoping like my opponent doesn't have anything like Swords Dance. And as I was going to say, that's why I recalled, because I wanted to regenerate. So, you know, he could hit me like, oh, only hit me twice. And the Drain Punch. Not bad, not bad. So will that KO? Nope, it's gonna bring it down to a Sash. But that's, I have a Mach Punch that I can do, so don't really have to worry about this Breloom being that much of a problem. So let's see, will the Mach Punch connect? So far I've been having pretty decent luck, and the match was forfeited. Ah, that's a bit unfortunate. I was kind of hoping my opponent would just, you know, kind of let it go. You know, just, you know, let it happen. Shh, let it happen. Ah, that's terrible. Well, that was a pretty interesting battle. Quite interesting. And I'm glad that you enjoy these battles. Well, I'm gonna have another battle because why not? All right. Let's see. Ratings. Let's see. There we go. Okay, good stuff. Alright, so Amoonguss has done a pretty good job. You know, I'm liking what Amoonguss has been doing. Yes, Amoonguss, it's not bad. Not a bad Pokemon. Definitely a good Breloom counter, because Breloom really can't do anything against an Amoonguss. Yeah, really, just can't. So, this team looks like it'll be good for possibly my Amoonguss to shine once again. So let's see. Who am I going to pick on this one? Yeah, let me put in my charger, because I don't want my battery to die. That'd be kind of comical, to say the least. Okay, so let's see. Ah. Nah. Okay. So that'll be a good choice. First. And because my opponent has 3 moon, and let's see. You know what? I'm gonna make it a bit more challenging. Instead of using Mega Slowbro like I normally would, I'm going to choose, because like Mega Slowbro would be good for the possible Mega Lucario, which I know is actually kind of inevitable. But no, I can't really take that chance, because if it just uses Swords Dance, then I'm finished. So actually no, you know what, I'm going to send in my Salamence, because I can intimidate it at the very least, and It'll close combat me, won't be very effective. It doesn't necessarily have a steel type move. I don't know many Lucarios that have Ice Punch nowadays, so you know what? Doesn't even matter. I'm just gonna go for it anyway. Okay, so now let's see. If I were my opponent right now, this would be a moment in which I would switch, because it just doesn't make sense for me to stay in with this Pokemon. I would probably switch into Gengar because it just makes like all the sense in the world. Which then again, you know what? If my opponent decides to, let me see what would be the most feasible. You know what? You know what? I'm gonna go for it. I'm gonna use knockoff. I'm gonna go for the goal. And my opponent used U-turn. Okay. So okay, it looks like it's not choice banded, because if it were choice banded, it would have done much more damage than that. So it's probably going to go into the Gengar right now, and if I make this prediction correct, then I'm going to feel pretty good, and it is the Pinsir. Okay, well, I guess knockoff is a better move to have gone for regardless. So I made the correct choice. Not bad. Not bad at all. That would have been quite resisted, but because I know I need to think carefully on this. I can't necessarily go straight into Ferrothorn, even though I know that would be like a good decision per se. Let me see. Yeah, I'm gonna go into Ferrothorn anyway, though. And what I might do, I know what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna lay out some rocks, because the rocks are gonna be important. The rocks are going to be important in regards for me dealing with the possible Breloom. Okay, return, that's going to be aerialated. That's going to do a lot of damage. And let's see, 84 times 2, let's see, 160, that's 168. So let me see. No. Yeah, 168. Man. It's a bit disconcerting. Maybe I can get rocks out. I'm not sure. I hope I can get rocks out. Let's see. Stealth rocks and return. Alright. So, yeah, that's gonna kill me. Sucks. So now I'm gonna have to worry about the Breloom possibly putting me to sleep. And that's, you know, it's gonna suck. But, you know, that is the way the cookie crumbles per se. Okay, so I know my opponent has let's see, Diggersby, so let's see, it can only be I'm gonna go for Drain Punch, because Pinsir is, let me see, is Pinsir Mega Pinsir? How fast is that Pokemon? Is it faster than 328? Kind of hope it isn't, but then again, it also just might have quick attack, so that is the thing. Let's see, 339 is its speed, so no. I'm gonna have to go into Conkeldurr and then go for a Drain Punch. So let's see, Mega Pinsir is 339 speed. Got it. Oh, not a Drain Punch, a Mach Punch. Let's see, max attack, Feint. Okay, that's kind of odd. Aerialated Feint, and ironically, I forgot that this Pokemon does have quick attack. Oh wow, that's really bad. Quad resist, and damn. Okay, so I'm gonna go for Mach Punch again. Hopefully, I can kill, and my opponent's gonna go for Feint again. This is not good. And 14. Yeah, this isn't good at all. So maybe I can kill it. Okay, good. All right, at least I killed it. You know, otherwise I would have just, you know, been in the worst situation possible. I really wish that I just, you know, killed him right then and there. Okay, so he has the Gengar. Alright. So let's see. Salamence. Salamence can deal with this Pokemon. this Pokemon also may have, well, when I say Salamence can deal with this Pokemon, it's kind of like in an ironic sense. You know what I mean? So, man, if I could have just, okay, Sludge Bomb, yeah, darn. So let's see, who was I going to choose? I was going to choose, Mega Sludge. Oh, cool. Lost some of its health points, but Gengar, you know what? This is a chance for me to use Dragon Dance because Gengar is already faster, so it would make no sense. Yeah, Gengar is going to be faster than me regardless, so I might as well use Dragon Dance right here and now. And then I may have enough, you know, I'll be able to outspeed any, what you call it, Digger's Bees or anything like that. So you know what, this might actually be in my favor. So I'm going to Mega Evolve, and I'm really happy that it's a Life Orb Gengar. It might still kill me regardless, but I hope it doesn't. So I'm gonna go for the Dragon Dance, and hopefully the Sludge Bomb doesn't do too much damage because I still want to be able to kill my opponent. You know what, Digger's Bee does have quick attack, so I may be kind of speaking too soon. So how well can Salamence take that? And of course it gets poisoned. But I kind of expected that because it just makes sense. So yeah. Oh man. Oh man. If I could have had just enough health points to just knock off that Gengar, man, then this would have been a completely different battle. So I might as well kind of, you know what? I'm gonna go for the Fire Fang because I have nothing to lose. I don't have Outrage on this Pokemon. That's right. I do not have Outrage. I have Fire Fang because of, you know, reasons. Crazy reasons, really. So, that's right, because I have Dragon Dance, that's why. So, let's see. I'm going to just go for a Fire Fang. Maybe that'll kill, maybe it won't. Maybe it'll miss. Will it kill Gengar? No, it won't. Use Destiny Bond. I would have killed myself if I just went for Double Edge anyway, so, you know. Doesn't really make a difference. I was hoping the Fire Fang could do some damage, but unfortunately it did not. So I ironically am just going to kill myself with Fire Fang because, well, you know, yeah. Darn. Man, I really wish that Mach Punch had enough that I was able to do stuff. Ah, sucks. Ah. Oh man. Good battle though. Still a great battle. Definitely enjoyed that one. That was a solid battle all around. Really, that was good. I like that. I really like that battle. Well, I'm glad that you guys enjoyed these battles, and I will see you in the next video. Well, see you later.